Some people couldn't bear to see Yun Chujio in a good mood. While everyone was drinking tea and chatting, Mo Fangzhu smiled and said, "Sister Fang Chao, what you said at the wedding banquet really touched me deeply. I think you are also a talented person. Qi, calligraphy and painting. I wonder if sister is good at them or what kind. Why don't you show us what you're good at? I'll be an eye-opener for my sister." Mo Fangzhu said this because she knew a lot about these things. She had been humiliated by Yun Chujio at the wedding banquet and wanted to get back at her. Moreover, she felt that Yun Chujio's personality was too impetuous and didn't seem to be talented. What she said before was just a blind cat hitting a dead mouse. Hearing Mo Fangzhu's question, everyone's attention turned to Yun Chujio. Mo shouting furrowed his brows. The little girl's handwriting was like a dog's crawl. He had never heard her play the zither before. Moreover, with her personality, playing chess was even worse. Unless she was drawing, it wasn't going to be easy. Mo Fangzhu looked at Mo Xiaoting's expression and felt even more confident. It looked like Mo Fangzhu was an ignorant idiot. Yun Chujio smiled. "Sister Fangzhu, I know everything about zither, chess, calligraphy and painting, but this doesn't reflect my talent. How about this? If I write a word, you will definitely mispronounce it." "Sister Fangzhu, you must be joking. Although I'm not talented, I still know all the words." Mo Fangzhu was so angry that she was about to laugh. She had started reading at the age of 3, how could there be words that she did not know? "Since that's the case, shall we make a bet? If you mispronounce the words that I wrote, Sister Fangzhu will lose 100,000 high-grade spirit stones to me. If you don't mispronounce the words, then I will lose 100,000 high-grade spirit stones to you. Sister Fangzhu, do you dare to make a bet with me?" Yun Chujio said with a slightly provocative tone. Since she had nothing to do, torturing the white lotus flower to pass the time was not a bad idea. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, Mo Fangzhu certainly would not admit defeat. "Alright, it's a deal. You can write it. However, we can agree that it can't be ancient characters or foreign characters." "Of course." Immediately, a servant carried a small square table and prepared a brush, ink, paper, and inkstone. Yun Chujio walked up to her, picked up a pen, and scribbled a word. When Mo Fangzhu saw that word, she almost fainted from anger. You're cheating. What you wrote was wrong, of course, no matter how I read it, it was wrong." Mo Fangzhu almost shouted out. Only now did she understand that Yun Chujio was playing a trick on her. Yun Chujio said with an aggrieved expression, "Sister Fangzhu, I was just making a harmless joke. Why are you so anxious? In that case, I don't want your 100,000 high-grade spirit stones anymore. Just pretend that I didn't say anything." Mo Fangzhu's face flushed red. Yun Chujio's words made her seem like she was too narrow-minded to make a joke, and she was even more reluctant to part with 100,000 high-grade spirit stones. She gritted her teeth in anger and said, "Humph. Although you won by means, I'm willing to admit defeat. Isn't it just 100,000 high-grade spirit stones? What's so great about it?" Yun Chujio naturally would not push the spirit stones that were delivered to her door out. She smiled and said, "Since Sister Fangzhu insists on giving it to me, then I'll shamelessly accept it." "Thank you, Sister Fangzhu." Mo Fangzhu glared at her. She wasn't in the mood to let Yun Chujio perform any zither, chess, calligraphy, or painting. She wanted to strangle her on the spot. With this incident, the atmosphere in the room became even more awkward. Mo Shouting felt like he was sitting on pins and needles as he quickly stood up and left. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. After returning to room 5, Mo Shouting called Yun Chujio into the study room in his courtyard and closed the door. He lowered his voice and said, "Fang Chao, why did you offend Fang Zhu of the second wife? Although only room 5 has business relations with us, it's not good to upset the second wife. Grandfather, Mo Fangzhu doesn't like me to begin with. She was the one who instigated Mo Fangjiao to target me at the wedding banquet. If I wasn't smart, Mo Fangjiao might have beaten me up. Besides, grandfather, do you think that even if we fawn over the other branches, they will treat us like human beings?" Yun Chujio sneered. Although Mo shouting did not think that Yun Chujia's words were nice, he had to admit that Yun Chujia's words made sense. Even after the incident with the gifts had passed, the attitude of the family had improved. However, the disdain and contempt in his eyes were not hidden at all. His heart was filled with anxiety. Feng Chao, even if what you said makes sense, what can we do? Our small arms can't beat our thighs. Let's just hold on for a while longer and go back, Mo shouting sighed. No, grandfather, we now have a chance. A great opportunity to let the Mo family return to the eastern continent. Yun Chujia's eyes flashed with a bright light. Mo shouting was pleasantly surprised. Feng Chao, aren't you trying to coax grandfather? Is there really a way for the Mo family to return to the eastern continent? Yun Chujio nodded and peeked through the door. Chun Xiao was following her instructions and was talking to the two maids in the courtyard. She then lowered her voice and said, Grandfather, if everything goes according to plan, it will be extremely difficult for the Mo family to return to the eastern continent. Firstly, the Mo family doesn't like us, and secondly, they want us to work for them in the western continent. So, they won't allow us to join their family. So, we can only take a risk and take a gamble. Mo shouting nodded his head. Yun Chujia's words made sense. He could tell that the Mo family had no intention of letting them join their family. Feng Chao, what's the solution? Don't keep us guessing. Yun Chujio did not answer, but instead asked, Grandfather, why do you think Mo Xiaoan followed us to the main house? Why didn't he accompany us to the second house in the afternoon? Mo shouting was stunned. Didn't he say that he had something to deal with in the afternoon? Yun Chujio smiled. Grandfather, do you believe him? This is just an excuse. Haven't you noticed that Mo Xiaoan has been preoccupied ever since he returned from the main house? Mo shouting did not pay much attention at first, but after hearing what Yun Chujio said, he thought about it and realized that it was true. When he left, Mo Xiaoan was still talking and laughing, but when he returned, he was obviously much quieter. After hearing what you said, it's true. But what does this have to do with us? Did we upset him in some way? Mo shouting still did not understand what Yun Chujio was trying to say. Grandfather, if you look closely, you will realize that Mo Xiaoan's mood was bad the moment he saw the first elder. What do you think this is about? Mo shouting was stunned for a moment before his mouth fell open. He was a wily old fox, so he was well aware of the power struggle between families. He then recalled that Mo Xiaoan had once asked Mo Xiaoquan if there was something wrong with the first elder's body and immediately understood. Are you saying that Mo Xiaoan was disappointed when he found out that there was nothing wrong with the first elder's body? This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Grandfather, you are right. Mo Xiaoan must have been disappointed because the first elder's health is fine. The only reason he accompanied us to the main room was to find out about the first elder's health. The reason why Yun Chujio did not say it out loud and let Mo shouting make his own guess was to make him more convinced. Mo shouting sighed, I didn't expect my family to be involved in this mess. But what does this have to do with us returning to the East Continent? Grandfather, it's because of this mess that we have the chance to fish in troubled waters. Yun Chujio said with a smile. The reason she had made this guess was because she had noticed the change in Mo Xiaoan's expression, but more importantly, when she saw the great elder, Guai Chao was restless and expressed that he wanted to eat something good. After Yun Chujio suppressed the Guai Chao, she came back and asked what the Guai Chao smelled. After a few guesses, she finally confirmed that the great elder had taken a pill that could stimulate the Bodhi's potential in a short period of time. This kind of pill could be said to do more harm than good. For example, if one could originally live for 10 years, after taking this pill, they would probably have 7 to 8 years to live. Since the great elder had put in so much effort, it meant that he was extremely wary of Mo Xiaoan. It also indirectly meant that the conflict between the two families had worsened for nothing. Taking advantage of the situation? What do you want to do? Mo shouting was a little uneasy and excited. In short, his emotions were complicated. Grandfather, we can forget about the fifth branch. We have fed them so much, yet they still treat us so slowly. Even if the second branch isn't good on the surface, it's not a big deal. Although the third and fourth branches haven't gone yet, They're probably the same as the second branch. They're not of much use. Our best choice is to hook up with the big branch. We have money, they have power. It's a great combination. Mo shouting was no longer in the mood to argue about Yun Chujia's choice of words. He said disapprovingly, "That's easy for you to say. The big house is a legitimate branch of the family. Why would they take a fancy to us? Mo Xiaoquan may be nice to us on the surface, but that's only on the surface. Mo Xiaoquan is obviously not a good candidate. That person is too conservative and doesn't have the ability to do great things. The person we want to hook up with is the first elder, the actual person in charge of the family." Yun Chujia's eyes flashed with cunningness. "First elder? Fang Chao, you don't think that because you have obtained a pill furnace today, you think that the first elder will look at you differently, do you? You are too naive." Mo shouting shook his head. Fang Chao was still too young and naive. Yun Chujio giggled, "Grandfather, I am not that stupid. We need to take things slowly. If we can't meet once, then we will meet twice. If we can't meet twice, then we will meet 3 times. If we can't meet 3 times, then we will meet every day. Endini, though, you just need to do as I say. Don't worry. Even if I can't hook up with the first elder, nothing will happen. The people in the 5th house simply think that I want to turn from a sparrow into a phoenix." Mo shouting still felt that this matter was too mysterious. He sighed. "Fang Chao, even if what you say is true, will the first elder see you?" Yun Chujio curled her lips. "Grandfather, trust me. Others may not be able to see the first elder, but I will. Every time I go, he will see me." Mo shouting felt that Yun Chujio had a fever. Not to mention her, even the 5th elder did not dare to say such words. How could he meet the first elder at will? This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Mo shouting glared at Yun Chujio. "Fang Chao, how can you meet the great elder just because you want to? Although everything you've said is correct, this path is not feasible. Grandfather, why don't we make a bet? After breakfast the day after tomorrow, you can bring me to the main room. I promise that the great elder will meet me," Yun Chujio said with a smile. Mo shouting noticed that Yun Chujio sounded very confident. In addition, the temptation of returning to the East Continent was too great, so he gritted his teeth. "All right, if you can't see the first elder the day after tomorrow, then you should behave yourself from now on. Don't cause any more trouble." After Yun Chujio nodded in agreement, the grandfather and grandson chatted as they ate. In the afternoon, Mo Yongfei accompanied them to the 3rd branch of the Mo family. Just as Yun Chujio expected, the 3rd branch treated Mo shouting and Yun Chujio in the same way as the 2nd branch. The 2 of them did not see the 3rd elder either. As Mo shouting and Yun Chujio bade farewell, Mo Xiaogray only asked them to stay for a short while. His attitude was very perfunctory. The next morning, the grandfather and grandson were treated the same way in the 4th branch of the Mo family. They did not see the 4th elder either. After chatting for a while, they left and returned to the 5th branch of the Mo family. Pan, Dan 0vel. C0M. When no one was around, Yun Chujio whispered, "Grandfather, I'm a smart girl. Otherwise, these stingy people would not give us a single cent. We've suffered a huge loss." Mo shouting was naturally uncomfortable being treated so slowly. He was even more concerned about Yun Chujio's plan. "Feng Cao, will you really see the first elder tomorrow?" "Grandfather, don't worry. Which of the things I promised you haven't been fulfilled? However, when we arrive at the main room tomorrow, you will have to listen to some sarcasm and receive a few looks of disdain. You have to bear with it." Yun Chujio blinked. Although Mo shouting was a sly old fox, they had common interests and they needed to maintain a good relationship. That's not a big deal. But grandfather still feels that the first elder might not be willing to see you. If the first elder doesn't see you, don't mess around. Do you hear me? Mo shouting warned worriedly. This Fang Chao was fearless. There was no way to predict what she would do in the next moment. After Yun Chujio made her promise, she left Mo Xiaoting's courtyard and returned to her new moon pavilion. As soon as she entered the courtyard, she heard Mo Fangjiao say impatiently, "Mo Fangjiao, where have you been? Why have you only just returned?" Yun Chujio was dumbfounded. Was Mo Fangjiao crazy? What the hell did she have to do with where I went? Was she addicted to my insults? Although she was complaining in her heart, her face was full of smiles as she said, Sister Fangjiao, why are you so free today? Why are you looking for me? Mo Fangjiao glared at her and asked, I heard that you fooled Mo Fangju yesterday? Yun Chujio shook her head. Sister Fangjiao, how would I have the guts to fool Sister Fangju? I was just joking with her, but she got angry. Mo Fangjiao showed a gloating look on her face. Others have praised her for her good looks, wisdom, demure, but she was only SOSO. She was actually fooled by you. Yun Chujio blinked her eyes and did not say anything. It seemed that not only did the older generation of this family fight fiercely, even Mo Fangjiao and the others did not get along with each other on the surface. The corners of this fellow's mouth curled up. Good, very good. This baby loves such chaotic situations the most. It's really fun. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Mo Fangjiao asked Yun Chujio some more details, and Yun Chujio told her everything she knew. She imitated Mo Fang's expression and language perfectly. Mo Fangjiao laughed until her flowers trembled, feeling very relieved. Mo Fangjiao, I didn't expect you to be so capable. Seeing that you made me so happy today, I'll give you a favor. Let me tell you, among the girls in the Mo family, you shouldn't provoke Sister Fangbing. Otherwise, you'll die a horrible death. Mo Fangjiao pouted. Sister Fangjiao, why don't I understand? I met Sister Fangbing when I went to visit her in the big room. Although she looked a little cold, she looked okay. Why did you say that she's hard to provoke? Yun Chujio's eyes flashed. She did not think that Mo Fangjiao would be so kind. Humph. You are indeed ignorant. Not only does Sister Fangbing have a high spiritual power, but her maternal family is a second-class family. Although her mother is the daughter of a concubine, she is also much taller than others. Therefore, Sister Fangbing looks like a fairy who does not live in the mortal world. In fact, she has never put us cousins in her eyes. Sister Fangbing heard Fang Qiao, who used to be in the fourth room, say a few nasty words to her. Sister Fangbing directly slapped her twice, and even threatened that if she heard it again, she would make Fang Qiao unable to speak. Mo Fangjiao, I heard that the Great Elder gave you an alchemy furnace. Sister Fangbing must be very uncomfortable and might find trouble with you. So you'd better not go to the Great Room in the future. If you go, Sister Fangbing might break your leg. Mo Fangjiao said in disdain. Her words were full of provocation. Yun Chujio secretly curled her lips. She felt that Mo Fangjiao was exaggerating. Mo Fangbing's mother was only a concubine daughter of a second-class family. What kind of extraordinary means could she have? If she was really so favored, the Great Elder would not choose to use the medicine of tigers and wolves to intimidate the other four chambers. Yun Chujio rolled her eyes and understood Mo Fangjiao's intentions. Mo Fangjiao probably thought that she was a fool. Since she dared to tease Mo Fangju of the second branch, she might be persuaded by her and cause trouble for Mo Fangbing. She wondered if Mo Fangjiao was crazy? Did she think that everyone else was a fool? Of course, there was another possibility. Mo Xiaoan had instructed Mo Fangjiao to say this. The purpose was obvious. It was to make Guangshunzi stay away from the main branch and firmly control Guangshunzi in the hands of the fifth branch. Sister Fangjiao, thank you for your reminder. However, I feel that Sister Fangbing should be reasonable and won't target me for no reason. If she is really that unreasonable, Grandfather Xiaoquan won't let her off. It just so happens that I have nothing to do tomorrow, so I'll let Grandfather bring me to the big house to visit again. I'd like to see if Sister Fangbing will target me. Yun Chujio said somewhat unwillingly. Since you don't listen to my advice, don't blame me if something happens in the future. Mo Fangjiao's eyes flashed with a hint of pride. This country bumpkin was indeed fooled. It would be better if she fought with Mo Fangbing. No matter who was the one who suffered the loss, it would be a relief. Yun Chujio caught a glimpse of Mo Fangjiao's expression and knew that it was the first possibility that she guessed. It was not Mo Zioan's instructions. This was also good. If this was the case, she would have an excuse to go to the main room tomorrow to avoid Mo Zioan's suspicion. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Mo Fangjiao rambled on and on. The main content was that Mo Fangbing was not to be trifled with, and she advised Yun Chujio not to seek humiliation. However, instead of persuading her, it was better to say that she was provoking her. When Mo Fangjiao saw that Yun Chujio could not wait to go and fight with Mo Fangbing, she was very pleased. She was just a country bumpkin. The last time at the wedding banquet, she had been careless. Otherwise, this country bumpkin wouldn't have been able to make her suffer. After a while, Mo Fangjiao left the New Moon Pavilion satisfied. Yun Chujio looked at Mo Fangjiao's back and smiled. It was not bad to have such a smart-ass assistant. The next day, after breakfast, Mo Shouting sent a maid to inform Mo Xiaoan that Yun Chujio did not know much about alchemy, so he wanted to bring Yun Chujio to meet the first elder. Coincidentally, Mo Fangjiao came to pay her respects to Mo Xiaoan and old Madame Wang. Mo Fangjiao told Mo Xiaoan about what happened last night. "Grandfather, I don't think Mo Fangjiao is going to meet the first elder. After all, the first elder can't possibly meet her. She must have been urged by me to find trouble with Sister Fangbing and lied to her grandfather to ask him about the pills." Mo Xiaoan stroked his beard. He felt that Mo Fangjiao's words made sense. How could he meet the great elder so easily? Mo Shouting was too easy to fool. He had actually been fooled by that little girl, Mo Fangqiao. But it didn't matter if they ran into a snag. That way, they would be even more loyal to their fifth wife. If Mo Fangqiao and Mo Fangbing were to fight, that would be even better. Mo Xiaoquan had previously said that he was going to teach him a lesson. Let's see how he would have the face to lecture others this time. "Fangjiao, you've done well. You've really improved," Mo Xiaoan praised. Mo Fangjiao's face turned red as she said a few words of modesty in embarrassment. However, her heart was bursting with joy. This country bumpkin had brought her a lot of benefits. Meanwhile, Mo Shouting and Yun Chujio had already arrived outside the Mo family's main house. Since they had already been here once, the grandfather and grandson did not need someone from the fifth house to lead the way. Instead, they walked straight to the front door of the Mo family's house. The guards from the main house had seen Mo Shouting and Yun Chujio before, so they were quite polite. After bowing, they went in to report. Mo Xiaoquan couldn't help but frown when he heard the guards report. What was Guang Xuanji doing here again? Was it because he didn't eat last time that he wanted to make up for it this time? Mo Xiaoquan pursed his lips. He was indeed a small-minded person. But, since he was already here, he couldn't just shut the door. He suppressed the impatience in his heart and allowed his son, Mo Yongji, to invite the grandfather and grandson to the living room. "Big brother, I have a presumptuous request for you this time. Fang Chao has been stuck with a difficult alchemy problem for the past few days and she had to beg me to bring her here to meet Uncle. What do you think?" Mo Shouting braced himself and said the lines that Yun Chujio had prepared for him. Mo Xiaoquan couldn't help but frown. This Mo Shouting was really arrogant. Did he think that anyone could meet his father just because they wanted to? Did he think that just because his father gave the little girl a pill furnace, he would treat her differently? He really didn't know his own limits. As Mo Xiaoquan thought of this, his expression darkened as he said, "Brother Shouting, it's not that I'm unreasonable. It's just that father is very busy and old. If Fang Chao has any questions regarding alchemy, I can help her find an alchemist to answer them. Don't worry, our house will take care of the binding." This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Mo Ziyading's face turned red. He could naturally tell that Mo Xiaoquan was taunting him. If Yun Chujio had not warned him beforehand, he would have left with a flick of his sleeve. "Big brother, you've misunderstood me. Our Guangshunzi can still take the responsibility. It's mainly because this Fang Chao girl has already set her eyes on Uncle. I have no choice," Mo Shouting said with a sigh. Yun Chujio knew it was time for her to go on stage, so she smiled and said, "Grandfather Xiaoquan, you may not know this, but after I return home, My mind is filled with the teachings of the Great Elder. I just want to see the Great Elder one more time. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep or eat in peace. It's like I've lost my soul. The corners of Mo Xiaoquan and Mo Yongji's eyes twitched. This Mo Fangchao was really thick-skinned. But it was understandable. She must have wanted the Great Elder to have a favorable impression of her. She might even be able to stay in the Eastern continent. Her ambition was quite high. Mo Xiaoquan's expression turned even colder. Fangchao, I will pass on your filial piety. As for the pill, forget it. Pan, thin zero vel, Mo shouting wished he could find a hole and hide in it. He had said that it wouldn't work, yet this Fangchao had said that it would work. But, now that she had been rebuked, what was she going to do? Yun Chujio sighed. All right, since Grandfather Xiaoquan has said so, as a junior, I can't force it. However, I have refined some pills for great-grandfather to strengthen his body and bones. I hope Grandfather Xiaoquan can help me pass them on to him as a show of filial piety. Mo Xiaoquan felt disdain in his heart, but he forced a smile on his face. Fang Chao's filial piety is commendable. Don't worry, I will definitely pass them on to father. Mo shouting received Yun Chujia's glance. Although he was a little confused, he still said, Big brother, Fang Chao and I still have some other matters to attend to. I won't disturb you any longer. We will take our leave now. Mo Xiaoquan did not try to convince him to stay for a while, then he let the two of them leave. After leaving the house, they arrived at a relatively remote corner. Mo Xiaoding's face was dark as he said unhappily, Fang Chao, didn't you say that the first elder would definitely meet you? Why did you change your mind midway? Grandfather, of course we have to put bait first when fishing. We are here to put bait. Don't worry, the big fish will bite sooner or later. Don't worry. Let's go and have a good stroll. You can't stay in the mansion all the time. Yun Chujio did not care about Mo Xiaoding's dark expression. He was very confident. She was now a cash cow, so the most Mo shouting could do was give her some face. He wouldn't do anything to her. As expected, Mo shouting glared at her and did not say anything else. The grandfather and grandson arrived at West City. As soon as the merchants in West City saw Yun Chujio, they all smiled and said obsequiously, Miss Fangchao, you're here? Miss Fangchao, come visit our silk shop. Miss Fangchao, our snack shop has a new batch of delicious food. Come in and have a look. They'll give you a 10% discount. Mo shouting was dumbfounded. But he quickly thought of the gift and understood. These people must have thought that Fang Chao was here to purchase more food, that's why they were so enthusiastic. Yun Chujio had always been good at acting. She smiled as she chatted with everyone. Not long after, she became friends with the shopkeepers. It was as if she was one of the shopkeepers on the street. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. The corners of Mo Xiaoding's eyes twitched. If he wasn't aware of this, he would have thought that Fang Chao was also the owner of a shop. This little girl was simply too sociable. A moment later, Yun Chujio returned with a bunch of gifts from various shops, such as candied fruits and handkerchiefs. Grandfather, let's go to a restaurant for a meal. Mo shouting felt that even if this little girl didn't do anything, she could still make a fortune with just her mouth. She was too good at lying. A few words of flattery were enough to make the shopkeepers lose their minds. After the grandfather and grandson arrived at the restaurant, they asked for a private room and ordered a large table of food to eat. Mo Xiaoding's mind was preoccupied as he ate, while Yun Chujio's mouth was filled with oil. She couldn't help but praise. The food on the Eastern continent is much better than the food on the Western continent. I bet the ingredients are filled with spiritual energy. Just for this delicious food, I'm going to stay on the Eastern continent. Mo Xiaoding's mouth twitched. There was no other good-for-nothing reason. But you're dreaming. The first elder did not even see him. It seemed his return to the Eastern continent was going to be ruined. While the grandfather and grandson were eating, Mo Xiaoquan did not give the pills Yun Chujio gave him to the first elder. After Mo shouting and Yun Chujio left, he opened the bottle and looked inside. Inside was a level 8 bone tempering pill. He could not help but curl his lips. It's only a level 8 bone tempering pill. Although it's high grade, it's not a high grade pill. There's no need to distract father. At this moment, the great elder sent for Mo Xiaoquan. Mo Xiaoquan couldn't help but feel a little confused. He quickly rushed to the great elder's study room. "Father, are you looking for me?" Although the great elder was in better spirits than the day before, he still looked weak. He nodded his head and asked, "I heard that Xiao Ting and the little girl are here?" Mo Xiaoquan was a little unhappy. He knew that the great elder had always been worried about him. Many servants only listened to the great elder's arrangements. As a result, the things that happened in the main residence couldn't be hidden from the great elder. Mo Xiaoquan was unhappy, so he blamed his anger on Mo Xiaoting's grandfather and grandson. Yes, Xiao Ting brought Feng Chao with him. He said that Feng Chao wanted to ask you about alchemy, but I sent him away. At first, I thought that Xiao Ting wasn't bad. I didn't expect him to be so ignorant. Who does he think he is? He's overestimating himself to want to meet you. The first elder furrowed his brows. He also felt that Mo Xiaoting and Yun Chujio were too rash. Even if they wanted to get close to him, they should have waited a while before coming back. But they actually came today. It seemed that they had overestimated the little girl. Mo Xiaoquan saw the first elder's frown. He then continued, "Father, the people from Guangshunzi have been in the Western continent for a long time, so their horizons are naturally limited. When they suddenly see the prosperity of the Eastern continent, they are mesmerized. If there's a chance, you'll just give them a few words. You should stop worrying about these things and rest in peace." The first elder nodded. "Since that's the case, you can go back." Mo Xiaoquan took a few steps forward and thought of Yun Chujio's bottle of grade 8 bone-tempering pills. He could not help but mock. "Father, oh right, that little girl gave me a bottle of pills before she left and asked me to give it to you. I thought it was some incredible medicinal pill, but in the end, it turned out to be a grade 8 bone-tempering pill. Even though it's a high-grade one, it can't be considered good. What did you say?" The first elder abruptly interrupted Mo Xiaoquan's words and asked loudly. "This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content." Mo Xiaoquan was shocked and his face was at a loss. "Father, what happened to you?" The first elder calmed himself down and asked, "Give me the medicinal pill that the fragrant grass gave you." Mo Xiaoquan handed the medicinal pill to the first elder and his face was filled with bafflement. It was only a grade 8 bone-tempering pill. Why did father have such a big reaction? The first elder took the porcelain bottle and opened the lid to take a look. There were indeed 10 high-grade bone-tempering pills inside. He could not help but frown. Was this little girl intentional or unintentional? If it was unintentional, then it was too much of a coincidence. After all, she was already able to refine grade 10 pills. Wouldn't it be more sincere if she directly gifted grade 10 pills? Why would she gift grade 8 bone-tempering pills? If it was intentional, how much would she know? Could it be that she was gifting this bottle of medicinal pills to attract his attention? Mo Xiaoquan saw the change in the first elder's expression and asked in puzzlement, "Father, isn't this a level 8 bone-tempering pill? Is there anything special about it?" The first elder sighed. "You also know that previously, in order to intimidate Shaoan, I consumed the hidden dragon pill. That medicinal pill is extremely harmful to the body. Only a level 20 rank 7 creation pill can completely remove the poison in the body. However, a level 27 transformation life creation pill is simply not available on the market. I can only use the bone-quenching pill instead. Although the effect cannot be compared to the 7 transformation life creation pill, it can still have some effect." "But, Father, are you saying that Mo Fengchao knew that you took the hidden dragon pill, so she gave you the bone-quenching pill? This is impossible, right? Besides you and me, no one else knows about this matter. How did she find out? I reckon that she only has this bottle of bone-quenching pill on her, which is a grade 8 medicinal pill, so I gave it to you." Mo Xiaoquan did not quite believe that Yun Chujio had done it on purpose. If that was the case, this little girl was too strange, right? The great elder also did not quite believe it, but he had a suspicious nature. After pondering for a moment, he said, "No matter what, You find an excuse to call Fang Chao over tomorrow. I'll test her. Father, it's fine if she didn't mean it. But if she really finds out that you've taken the hidden dragon pill, what do you plan to do? Do you need me to think of a way to shut her up forever? Mo Xiaoquan knew that the matter was of great importance. If the other 4 rooms heard about the hidden dragon pill, it would be bad. The great elder frowned. Let's test her first. Guang Shunzi's business is very important to us. If we can avoid falling out, let's not fall out. Although Xiao Ting was in charge of Guangshun's business, many of his ideas were made by Mo Fangchao. If we kill her, the loss will be on us. Then we'll do as you say. Tomorrow, they'll find a reason to call Mo Fangchao over. The next day, Yun Chujio had just eaten breakfast when Steward Xie came over. Miss Fangchao, Miss Fangbing of the main house has invited you and Miss Fangjiao over to the residence to admire the flowers. Okay, I'll be there in a moment. Yun Chujio's eyes flashed. It looked like the fish had taken the bait. After returning to the house, Yun Chujio took out her voice transmission talisman and informed Mo shouting. She then left the Broken Moon Pavilion and ran into Mo Fangjiao, who was looking for her. Sister Fangchao, I advise you to pretend to be sick. Sister Fangbing must have taken the opportunity to teach you a lesson. Otherwise, why would she reward you with flowers? Mo Fangjiao gloated. Yun Chujio pretended to be unconvinced. I'm not afraid of her. She wasn't there when I went yesterday. Otherwise, if she dares to provoke me, I'll teach her a lesson. Mo Fangjiao finally managed to hide the pride in her heart. If that's the case, then let's go. I'm telling you, if you provoke Sister Fangbing, I won't help you. Yun Chujio gave a cold snort with a prideful look and didn't say anything. Although there were 2 other girls in the 5th room, they were both stepdaughters, so Mo Fangbing didn't invite them. Yun Chujio and Mo Fangjiao arrived at the door of the main room. Logically speaking, Mo Fangbing was the master, so she should come out to welcome them. However, Mo Fangbing did not come out. She only sent a maid to lead the way. Mo Fangjiao gave Yun Chujio a look. Did you see what she meant? This Mo Fangbing did not look up to them at all. Mo Fangjiao saw the anger on Yun Chujio's face and felt even more proud. What an overconfident country bumpkin. With your identity, you still want to compete with Mo Fangbing? Just wait to be tortured. The maid brought Mo Fangjiao and Yun Chujio around and arrived at a pavilion in the back garden of the house. In the pavilion, there was only Mo Fangbing and a maid. On the stone table, there were some pastries and spiritual fruits. When Mo Fangbing saw the 2 of them, she did not get up. She only nodded coldly. The 2 sisters are here? Come and sit. Mo Fangjiao pursed her lips. If she had not come to watch the show, she would not have bothered to look at Mo Fangbing's cold face. What was so great about it? Wasn't she just the daughter of a concubine? She was pretending to be noble. It was just the right time for the country bumpkin to remove her mask. Panda novel. Mo Fangjiao turned her head to look at Yun Chujio when she thought of this. When she saw Yun Chujio's expression, she almost fainted from anger. Yun Chujio's face was smiling like a flower. Sister Fangbing, if I didn't know that you were sitting here, I would have thought that a fairy had descended to the mortal world. Your aura is exactly the same as a fairy. I really admire you. A thought flashed through Mo Fangjiao's mind. Damn it, she was fooled by this Mo Fangbing again. She kept saying that she was not afraid of Mo Fangbing, but what happened? She was flattering her like a lackey. Why did she do this? Mo Fangbing heard Yun Chujio's flattering words. Although she knew that the Mo Fangbing in front of her was a scheming person, she still enjoyed it. She said indifferently, "Come and sit." Yun Chujio walked up the steps and entered the pavilion. Mo Fangjiao's mind could not process it for a moment, so she could only glare at Yun Chujio fiercely and also walked into the pavilion. After the 2 of them sat down, Mo Fangbing signaled the maid to pour 2 cups of tea for them and then stopped talking. The atmosphere in the pavilion was very awkward. If Mo Fangjiao hadn't figured out Yun Chujio's intention, she would have found an excuse to leave. This pretentious Mo Fangbing looked so high and mighty. It was really annoying. When Mo Fangjiao was feeling down, she heard a shameless voice say, Sister Fangbing, I'm a little hungry on the way here. Can I have some pastries and fruits? Mo Fangjiao couldn't hold it in anymore. You only know how to eat all day long. Are you a reincarnated hungry ghost? Sister Fangjiao, I really can't answer this question. After all, this person always drinks mengpa soup in his reincarnation. Do you still remember whether you were a pig or a little bastard in your previous life? Yun Chujio asked seriously. Mo Fangbing, who was drinking tea, almost choked to death. This Mo Fangbing's words were really too sarcastic. I must tear your stinky mouth apart today. Mo Fangjiao was so angry that she was about to explode. Sister Fangjiao, why are you so anxious? I was just asking. You weren't a pig or a little bastard in your previous life. Could it be that you're a little donkey? Yun Chujio stood up and hid behind Mo Fangbing as she said with a smile. Mo Fangjiao was so angry that her hands were trembling. Sister Fangbing, get out of the way. I must teach this country bumpkin a lesson today. Mo Fangbing stretched out her hand to stop Mo Fangjiao and said coldly, Fangjiao, I am the master today. If you want to fight, go back to your 5th room and fight again. Mo Fangjiao gritted her teeth but still did not dare to go against Mo Fangbing. She glared at Yun Chujio fiercely. Mo Fangjiao, if you have the ability, don't go back to your 5th room today. Otherwise, I will not let you off. After saying that, Mo Fangjiao ignored Yun Chujio and left angrily. Mo Fangbing gave a look to a maid who chased after her. On the surface, she escorted Mo Fangjiao out of the room, but in fact, she was monitoring her. Mo Fangbing glanced at Yun Chujio who was chewing on the fruit and said coldly, Mo Fangbing, you deliberately drove Mo Fangjiao away, right? Yun Chujio took 2 bites of the spiritual fruit and said with a smile, Sister Fangbing, why do you say that? Mo Fangbing coldly snorted, I admit that you are indeed very smart, but your little tricks are useless in front of me. I don't know what kind of bewitching soup you gave great-grandfather. Not only did you reward him with an alchemy furnace for the first time, but you even asked me to find a reason to call you to the manor. I'm warning you, don't have any improper thoughts. You're just a junior from a branch. My great-grandfather won't value you. Yun Chujio casually tossed the fruit core behind her, then, she took out a handkerchief and wiped her hands. Sister Fangbing, you're really thinking too much. I'm just here to ask for some advice on alchemy. Moreover, you're the eldest great-grandfather's great-granddaughter. Are you afraid that a little girl like me, who has 5 servings, will compete with you for favor? Mo Fangbing's thoughts were exposed by Yun Chujio. The cold expression on her face could not be maintained. Mo Fangbing, I don't have time to argue with you. Remember what I said today. If you anger me, I won't be like that idiot Mo Fangjiao, who will only scare you. Yun Chujio's face was still smiling. Sister Fangbing, I have a very good memory. I will remember every word you said. By the way, I think the spirit fruits and pastries taste good. Can I take them with me? Mo Fangbing's face stiffened. Then she glared at Yun Chujio and said coldly to the other maid, take her to my great-grandfather's courtyard. Yun Chujio never knew what embarrassment was. She put all the food on the stone table into her storage ring and jumped down from the pavilion. Before she left, she looked back and smiled. Sister Fangbing, thank you for your warm hospitality. Don't worry, I'm really just here to ask about alchemy. We will meet often in the future. Prepare more delicious food for me. Mo Fangbing looked at Yun Chujio's back and was so angry that she smashed the stone table into pieces. She knew that she had lost the first round. Because she was so angry with Yun Chujio, but Yun Chujio was not affected at all. Her composure was still not strong enough. Sister maid, how should I address you? Yun Chujio smiled and tried to get close to the maid. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. The servant girl was obviously confused by the way Yun Chujio addressed her. She paused for a moment before answering, Miss Fho, you can just call me King. I can't bear the way you addressed me just now. TSK is K. Even Sister Fangbing's servant girl is so cultured. It really makes me feel inferior. King, let me ask you, How many years have you served Sister Fangbing? This servant has served the eldest miss for 5 years. The corner of Kaiyun's eyes twitched. Feeling inferior? That smug expression of yours should be described as smug, okay? 5 years? Then there was no value in poaching her. She would probably be loyal long ago, unless something happened. Kaiyun, I think the pastries just now taste pretty good. I wonder how the food in our residence tastes like? Since there was no value in poaching her, then she would tease her. It's all right. Kaiyun staggered. Even in her dreams, she did not expect Yun Chujio to ask such a question. Not to mention the young ladies of the family. Even an ordinary family like Biyun would not ask her if the food was good when she was a guest. This person was really good. Not only did she ask, she even shamelessly said, "Oui." She was really friendly. You are really humble. To be able to make such delicious pastries. The taste of the food is not bad either. I must stay for lunch today, Yun Chujio said with a smile as if she did not see Kaiyun's disdain. Kaiyun did not say anything. What a joke. What else could she say? Could it be that she could not stay? For the first time, Kaiyun felt that the distance from the garden to the great elder's courtyard was so long because Yun Chujio kept chattering beside her. Basically, it was all about the food in the big house. For example, what did Mo Fangbing usually eat for 3 meals a day? For example, what was the best dish in the big kitchen? When Kaiyun saw the great elder's courtyard, she excitedly said loudly, "Miss Fang Chao, the great elder's courtyard is right in front. This servant will send you here. This servant will take my leave." After saying that, Kaiyun hurriedly ran away, afraid that Yun Chujio would ask the great elder what he ate for 3 meals a day on a whim. Yun Chujio curled her lips and walked to the door of the courtyard. The guards at the door had obviously received the order, so a guard immediately brought Yun Chujio to the great elder's study. Yun Chujio saw the great elder sitting behind the desk, and the corner of her mouth twitched. She saw the great elder wrapped himself up tightly, only revealing a pair of eyes that seemed to be able to see through everything. Pan, de N0, V, LTSK. Was this great elder planning to become a mummy? Fang Chao girl, you're here? I suddenly caught a cold yesterday, and I was afraid of infecting you, so I wrapped myself up so tightly. The great elder said kindly. Thank you for the great elder's love and care. I'm really touched. You should pay more attention to your body. Although Yun Chujio said that she was touched, in her heart, she pursed her lips and said it nicely. She was wrapped up so tightly because she was afraid that she would see the fact that her body was weak. You came yesterday and said that you have some difficult questions to ask me about the pills. Tell me, what questions do you have? The great elder saw that Yun Chujio did not have any other expression other than being touched, and his heart became uncertain. Was it just a coincidence that this little girl gave him the bone-quenching pill? Great master, I once read in a book that there is a type of medicinal pill that can stimulate a person's potential in a short period of time. I wonder if there is such a medicinal pill? Yun Chujio asked with a smile. However, the hand in her sleeve was holding the shadow escape talisman that still had the effect of 15 minutes. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. The great elder was shocked. He did not expect Yun Chujio to ask about the hidden dragon pill so openly. A trace of killing intent flashed across his heart. However, the great elder was a suspicious person. He was afraid that Yun Chujio had a backup plan, so he decided to probe further. Thus, he said, "This little girl knows quite a lot. Not bad, there is indeed such a pill. Why are you asking about this?" "Great old master, you called me here today because I gave you the bone-tempering pill yesterday, right? I won't hide it anymore. I think you must have taken the pill that I mentioned, so I gave you a bottle of bone-tempering pill." Yun Chujio decided to take the initiative to attack. "Not bad. How did you see that I took that pill?" The great old master's eyes narrowed. This little girl really knew the truth. She actually said it just like that. Was she ignorant and fearless, or did she have other plans? Yun Chujio smiled awkwardly. "Great-grandfather, I only smelled the scent of the heart-devouring vine when I was refining pills in the pill refining room. Originally, this heart-devouring vine was usually used to make heart-devouring powder, so it's nothing strange. But I also smelled the scent of zishin. I once read in an ancient book that both of these are highly toxic medicinal herbs. But if you add some other medicinal herbs, it's said to have the effect of stimulating one's potential for a short period of time. I also thought of some of the changes in Xiao An's grandfather's expression, so I guess that in order to intimidate Xiao An's grandfather, you probably took the risk to take that kind of medicinal pill. The leaves of the Guai Chao in Yun Chujia's Dan Tian trembled. This little girl is really shameless. Did you sniff it out? Did you sniff it out? It was clearly the herb that sniffed it out. I don't know who asked me about the herb the day before yesterday, but his skin is really thick. The great elder was extremely shocked. Just based on the smell of the herb, this little girl was able to guess that he had refined the hidden dragon pill. Wasn't this talent too heaven-defying? Moreover, she was able to guess the hidden undercurrents of the Mo family from Xiao An's expression. This ability to see through the situation was too strong. Not to mention the younger generation, even Xiao Quan might not have such insight. Then why did you give me the bone-quenching pill? Although the great elder was shocked, he did not show it on his face. Besides, he was wearing a mask. Great elder, although I don't know what kind of medicine you took, I think that stimulating people's potential in a short time is nothing more than speeding up the consumption of blood essence. The bone-quenching pill should have some effect. Although Yun Chujio looked very relaxed on the surface, she was actually very nervous. She was now completely seeking the skin of a tiger. If she was not careful, she would be silenced, so she could not make any mistakes. The great elder once again lamented Yun Chujio's amazing talent in pharmacology, but he was very suspicious of Yun Chujio's purpose. What exactly was she going to do? Could it be that she was planning to use this to blackmail him into teaching her alchemy? Feng Chao girl, your talent in pharmacology is indeed not bad. I wonder, what is the purpose of you telling me these things? Yun Chujio's face revealed a worried expression. Great old master, I admit that I do want to learn alchemy from you, but I am more worried about your body. That kind of medicinal pill can be said to be the medicine of tigers and wolves. It is extremely harmful to the body. Although the bone-tempering pill may have some effects, it is best to find a pill that can cure the root of the problem. Yun Chujio's face was slightly red as she said this. It seemed that she did not know how to continue. The great elder frowned. He was asking about her purpose. What did she mean by saying all sorts of things? This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Yun Chujio saw that the great elder was frowning. She gritted her teeth and continued with a desperate expression, "Great master, I won't be shameless today. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. After I went back, I didn't sleep for almost the entire night. I also hesitated whether or not I should come and look for you. I know that the matter of you taking the medicine is of great importance. If it's not done properly, it will cause turmoil in the Mo family. So, perhaps you will imprison me in order to prevent the news from leaking out, and I will lose my freedom. However, if you really die, then the Mo family would fall into chaos. Although our Guangshuan branch is far away in the Western continent, our interests are closely related. If the Mo family is in chaos, we won't be able to recover. Furthermore, this is the first time I've seen such a kind elder like you. I admire and respect you from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to just watch you die. When I think about it, I won't be able to see you in the future. My heart is about to break. Xiao Hanio, who was inside the spiritual beast pouch, almost vomited. His master's ability to lie had increased again. It was simply perfection. The great elder saw that Yun Chujio's tears were falling and her shoulders were twitching. Clearly, she was extremely sad. Although he did not believe that Yun Chujio had such a deep admiration for him after only meeting him once. However, his killing intent had weakened slightly. The great elder did not speak. He was ready to hear what Yun Chujio would say next. Yun Chujio wiped her tears with her sleeve, then she continued, "Great elder, I originally had a glimmer of hope that you would have the antidote for that medicine. However, after seeing your appearance today, I knew that you definitely did not have the antidote. Moreover, am afraid that the antidote would be very easy to obtain. Therefore, I have a request. You can leave me in the Eastern continent. In the future, you can personally guide me to learn alchemy skills. I will definitely help you refine the antidote. I can swear to the heavens that if these words of mine are not sincere, I will be struck to death by the heavenly lightning. My soul will scatter and I will die a horrible death. Pan, the N is 0, V, L. After hearing Yun Chujia's words, the great elder did not speak for a long time. He coldly said, "You are only a level 10 alchemist while I am already a level 14 alchemist. Rather than nurturing you, I might as well place my hopes on myself. Great old master, although what you said is reasonable, I have an advantage over you. That is, I am young. I can enter a famous academy or enter a large sect. This way, even if my ability is not enough to refine the antidote, I can still have a way to obtain the antidote." Yun Chujio straightened her small waist, she said confidently. The great elder was clearly shocked by her words. After thinking about it carefully, he felt that what Yun Chujio said might not be a bad idea. Although the level 27th transformation life creation pill wasn't available on the market, it might be available in a super sect or a first-class family. If he wanted to find a way to build a relationship with them, it would be worth it even if he had to spend a lot of money. However, although this method wasn't bad, this little girl was overestimating herself. How could she enter a well-known academy or a large sect with her talent? What a joke! Feng Chao girl, your suggestion is not bad. However, instead of nurturing you, I might as well nurture Feng Bing. After all, her talent is much better than yours. Moreover, her maternal family is a second-class family. The first elder's tone was cold. This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. When Yun Chujio heard the great elder's words, not only did she not shrink back, she even smiled. The great elder was stunned by Yun Chujia's smile. Although this little girl was not bad-looking, her usual temperament made people neglect her looks. This smile actually made people a little dazed. Great elder, although Sister Feng Bing is not bad, to be honest, there is no comparison between her and me. Let's talk about talent first. I have the Heavenly Thunder Spirit Root. Who else can be as outstanding as my Spirit Root? Of course, you must be worried that I will be killed by Tian Dao, but am I not still alive and kicking now? My existence is reasonable. Since Tian Dao did not kill me, then it means that my existence is tacitly approved by Tian Dao. Moreover, although I am from Guangshuanji, my maternal family is a first-class family. Although my mother was removed from the Yi family back then, this blood relationship cannot be wiped out. I don't believe that the Yi family will not cherish family ties in the slightest. In the end, my greatest advantage over Sister Feng Bing was that she did not have the talent to refine pills. I had the talent to refine pills. With your guidance, I would definitely be able to enter famous institutions or sections. Moreover, I might even be able to rely on this skill to make the Yi family accept me. Also, great-grandfather, although our Guangshuan branch is in the Western continent, our ability to earn money is not inferior to any other branch. My grandfather supports me in learning alchemy from you, so he will naturally express his support when the time comes. Therefore, in conclusion, great elder, I am your best choice. Believe me, that's right. You have to give me your trust. Not only will I be able to find the antidote, I might even be able to find a pill that will allow you to extend your life. Moreover, if there is a suitable opportunity, the Mo family might even become a second-class family, or even a first-class family. Yun Chujio was good at guessing the desires of others. She felt that the great elder was only concerned about three things. One was to save his life, and the other was to keep the power of the Mo family in his hands. The last thing was that the Mo family could become a higher-class family. As expected, Yun Chujio's words could be said to the great elder's heart. He was faintly excited. That's right, what kind of aptitude could be better than the aptitude of the Heavenly Thunder Spirit Root? Although it was possible to be obliterated by the Tian Dao, this was also a gimmick. Perhaps some academies or great sects wanted to take in people with such a special physique. Most importantly, she was the Yi family's bloodline, and she actually overlooked this point. If she could make good use of it, this was a way to quickly obtain the antidote. Moreover, the little girl's words were very clear. Guang Xuanji had clearly expressed his attitude. As long as they could think of a way to return to the eastern continent, then Guang Xuanji would become the big branch's money-making tool in the future. Although the great elder was extremely excited in his heart, he still said coldly, "What you said makes some sense. However, this matter is of great importance. I will think about it again. If the matter of me taking the medicine were to be leaked, you know the consequences." "Great elder, don't worry. I understand the stakes. If I didn't have your permission, if I were to tell others about this matter, I would be struck by lightning and die a horrible death." This guy had almost become a mantra. Anyway, this guy was eager to be struck by lightning. Hearing Yun Chujia's words, the great elder nodded. "In that case, you can go back. After I have thought about it, I will find a reason to call you over." Yun Chujio blinked her eyes and said with a smile, "Great elder, I have a presumptuous request. Can you let me go back to the 5th room after I'm full? I'm starving." This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. The great elder's face stiffened. He had never expected Yun Chujio to make such a request. He paused for a moment, then he called a guard in. "Tell the kitchen to prepare an exquisite feast. Fang Chao and I will have lunch together." After the guard agreed, he left. Yun Chujio thanked him with a smile. "This is so troublesome. I thought that eating a few buns would be enough. I didn't expect you to reward me with a feast. You are the kindest elder I have ever met." The corner of the great elder's eyes twitched. "Sit there and wait. I think lunch will be ready in less than an hour." Yun Chujio naturally did not stand on ceremony. She swaggered on the chair. This fellow would not let go of a single opportunity. She took this opportunity to pick a few questions about alchemy to consult the great elder. The questions this fellow picked were very difficult to come to a conclusion. This was the only way to show her outstanding talent. Moreover, this kind of question was beneficial for the two of them to discuss and deepen the great elder's impression of her. Yun Chujio and the great elder were chatting enthusiastically over here. Some people in the large room could not sit still anymore. Mo Fangbing had sent a maid to keep an eye on the great elder's courtyard. She had thought that Yun Chujio would come out in 15 minutes at most. After all, the great elder liked peace and quiet, so he wouldn't talk to her all the time. But after waiting for a while, Yun Chujio didn't come out. Moreover, the maid ran over and reported, "Miss, I heard from Cui Yen in the kitchen that the guards in the great elder's courtyard ordered them to prepare a good banquet. They said that they want to entertain Miss Fang Chao." "What?" Mo Fangbing stood up in shock. How is this possible? Not to mention that smelly girl Mo Fangbing, even her grandfather rarely had the chance to have a meal with her great-grandfather. What right did Mo Fangbing have? What right did she have? Kai Yun saw the situation and said, "Eldest miss, when Miss Fangbing and this servant left, they also asked about the food in our manor. Could it be that she was too greedy, so she begged the great elder to give her a banquet? The great elder ordered her to do so out of respect?" Mo Fangbing frowned. "Although what you said makes sense, why does great-grandfather have to care about the face of a little girl from a branch? This Mo Fangchao is really evil. Young miss, aren't you overestimating her? She is just a branch's young miss, and her spiritual power is so low. She can't be compared to you at all." Another servant, Kai Xia, said. Mo Fangbing didn't say anything. Although she felt that Yun Chujio couldn't be compared to her, she somehow felt a sense of crisis, and her heart felt uneasy. "Kai Yun, follow me to see grandfather." Mo Fangbing decided to go to Missouri Zioquan's place to find out the truth. Mo Fangbing brought Kai Yun to Mo Zioquan's courtyard. After the guards passed the message, Mo Fangbing came to Mo Zioquan's study room. "Fangbing, is there something you want to talk to grandfather about?" Mo Xiaoquan asked with a smile. Although Mo Fangbing was a granddaughter, Mo Xiaoquan had always thought highly of her because of her good aptitude and the fact that her maternal grandfather's family was a second-class family. "Grandfather, it's actually not a big deal. It's just that Sister Fang Chao has been staying in great-grandfather's study room all this while. Moreover, great-grandfather even ordered the kitchen to prepare a good banquet. I feel that it's necessary to report this to you. After all, she was invited to admire the flowers in my name. What? She hasn't left yet? She's still staying for lunch? When Mo Xiaoquan heard Mo Fangbing's words, he was also quite shocked. How was this possible? After his father found out the truth, he should have dismissed that Mo Fangchao long ago. Why was she still staying for lunch? This chapter is a preview. If you want to see a faster and more up-to-date chapter, please visit for more content. Fangbing, you go back first. Grandfather will go to your great-grandfather's place to take a look. Mo Xiaoquan was suspicious. Could it be that something happened in the middle? It was better to take a look. This was the reason why Mo Fangbing came. Naturally, she stopped when things were good. After bowing, she took her leave. Mo Xiaoquan also rushed out of his own courtyard and came to the great elder's courtyard. Although he was the current head of the family, he still needed to be informed by the guards before he could enter. Very soon, the guards let Mo Xiaoquan into the courtyard. Mo Xiaoquan had yet to enter the study room when he heard the laughter of the great elder coming from inside, and it was the kind of laughter that was heartily laughing. Mo Xiaoquan could not help but frown. Ever since his father knew that his days were numbered, he rarely laughed, let alone heartily laughing. What kind of bewitching potion did that Mo Fangchao give his father? Mo Xiaoquan pushed the door open and walked in. He saw the great elder sitting behind the desk. The mask on his face had long been removed, while Yun Chujio was sitting on a chair at the side, holding a spirit fruit in her hand as she spoke and chewed. It was simply more leisurely and carefree than being in her own home. When Yun Chujio saw Mo Xiaoquan enter, she hurriedly put the spirit fruit aside, then stood up and bowed. Mo Xiaoquan waved his hand with a cold expression and then asked the great elder, "Father, I heard that you are going to hold a banquet to entertain the Fang Chao girl. You haven't had a good rest recently. Why don't you let the Tian clan entertain the Fang Chao girl?" The great elder glanced at Mo Xiaoquan and naturally knew his intention. However, he and Yun Chujio were currently discussing the issue of medicinal pills, so how could he be willing? Hence, he said, "There's no need to make a fuss. Since you're here, let's eat together. I'll be more lively for the three of us to eat together." Mo Xiaoquan simply felt that the first elder was a little abnormal today. Usually, he wanted to accompany the first elder to eat, but the first elder was unwilling to be noisy. Today, he actually liked to be lively again. What exactly was going on? Although Mo Xiaoquan was puzzled, he did not dare to say anything more. He sat on a chair at the side, wanting to see what exactly was going on. "Fang Chao girl, there's no need to bother about your grandfather. Let's continue discussing the problem from before. I think that the snake vine grass effect is still more towards relieving pain. As for the blood stasis effect that you mentioned, although it has some effect, its effect is still limited." "Great elder, I don't agree with your point of view. Although the snake vine grass blood stasis effect is limited, that's because if used together with the heavens will grass, the blood stasis effect would be even better than the 5-leaf purple peony." The great elder was stunned at first, then slapped his thigh. "That makes sense. That makes sense. Why didn't I think of this combination? Wonderful. Really wonderful." Mo Xiaoquan knew nothing about alchemy, so the conversation between Yun Chujio and the great elder was like a heavenly book to him. He saw that the great elder and Yun Chujio were very congenial, and a trace of displeasure rose in his heart. He had some complaints towards the first elder. This Mo Fangchao was merely a junior who had taken 5 servings of it. Although he knew some medicinal properties, he did not think much of it. After a while, the banquet was served. At first, Yun Chujio was still pretending to be very reserved. After the first elder said that she should not be reserved, this fellow let himself go. She completely ignored Mo Xiaoquan's cold gaze and ate happily. As she ate, she even praised the taste of the food. Seeing that she was eating so sweetly, the first elder couldn't help but add half a bowl of rice. As for Mo Xiaoquan, he was very depressed. After eating less than a bowl of rice, he put down his chopsticks. After lunch, Yun Chujio should have stood up and left. However, after sipping a few cups of tea, she asked a few more ambiguous questions, which made the great elder speak with confidence. He did not even think about serving tea to send the guests off. Mo Xiaoquan was at the side, coughing and winking. However, the great elder acted as if he did not see him. In the end he said, "Xiaoquan, don't waste your time here. Fang Chao will accompany me." "That's right, Grandfather Xiaoquan. Go and do your thing. I will accompany the great elder and chat with him. I have nothing to do anyway. I still want to have dinner before going back." Mo Xiaoquan. Although Mo Xiaoquan was extremely dissatisfied with the great elder's actions, he could not say anything. He turned around and left. In the evening, Yun Chujio got her wish and had dinner. Only then did she swagger out of the house. At this time, the sun had just set and the sky had already started to darken. Normally, Yun Chujio did not bring any guards. The house should have sent 2 guards to escort her back to the 5th house. However, Mo Xiaoquan was very disgusted with her now. Why would he think of sending guards for her? Yun Chujio did not mind. And Feng had been protecting her in the dark anyway. Moreover, the house was only 15 minutes away from the 5th house. Yun Chujio was in a good mood. Although the great elder did not give her a definite answer, it was basically a done deal. The great elder would definitely agree. When the time came, she would use the Mo family as a springboard to fight for a chance to enter a good school or a big sect. Then she would find a chance to return to the Yi family and find out the inside story of her mother's expulsion back then. Just as Yun Chujio was thinking about it, she felt her scalp go numb. Subconsciously, she activated all the defensive spirit tools on her body and leaped forward with all her might. In an instant, a brilliant light flashed, and more than half of the defensive spirit tools on Yun Chujio's body were shattered. Even so, her heart still felt slightly uncomfortable. It could be seen that the spiritual power of the person who came was extremely terrifying. At this moment, the sound of a fight could be heard. And Feng, who was following not far away, realized that something was wrong and rushed up to fight with the person who attacked Yun Chujio. Yun Chujio looked closely and saw that the person who fought with Feng was a masked man. She could only tell that it was a man based on his figure, and nothing else could be seen. The masked man's spiritual power was extremely high, and Feng was at a complete disadvantage. He would probably die in less than 10 moves. Yun Chujio naturally wouldn't just stand by and watch. At this moment, she couldn't care less. She released the 5 refined iron puppets and released the spiritual piglets to charge at the masked man. Seeing Yun Chujio release the 5 puppets and the spiritual piglets, the masked man looked at her with contempt. However, after the fight, he couldn't help but be surprised. This refined iron puppet could actually attack on its own? That spiritual piglet could actually devour spiritual power? This darn girl had some skills. Even so, Yun Chujio and Feng were still not a match for the intruders. Yun Chujio had quite a number of burst talismans in her hands. However, when the 2 sides engaged in close combat, using talismans was equivalent to injuring 1,000 enemies and damaging 800 enemies. It was basically useless. Soon, Feng and Yun Chujio were both injured. Although it was not fatal, their fighting strength was greatly weakened. If this continued, their lives would be in danger. Yun Chujio used a high-level materialization spell in a moment of desperation. However, she was not confident herself. The high-level materialization piglet was just a little more flexible. The masked man thought that the spiritual piglet released by Yun Chujio was no different from the previous one. After using spiritual power to attack, he saw that the spiritual piglet's body would fade away soon, so he did not care too much. Just as Yun Chujio was about to release another wave of piglets, she saw those piglets with faint spiritual power gather together again, forming a purple piglet. Not only was the color of this piglet different from the previous piglets, but its body size was obviously larger than the previous piglets. The purple piglet suddenly pounced on the masked man's face. Because things were too strange, the masked man was a little stunned and was pounced on by the purple piglet. The masked man's face was pasted on by the purple piglet, which gave Yun Chujio a chance to use the talisman. And Feng and the refined iron puppet were all pushed back by Yun Chujio, and the super-grade sudden rupture talisman kept smashing on the masked man's body. This guy knew that he only had one chance. If he didn't kill this masked man, he wouldn't have another chance to turn the tables. Therefore, he kept throwing the burst talisman and almost threw a sack full of super-grade burst talismans at the masked man. A loud cracking sound was heard and the masked man's screams were heard. Soon, a deep pit was created on the ground. Yun Chujio was afraid that the masked man would not die completely, so she threw away the half-sack of super-grade sudden rupture talisman. Only then did she carefully come to the edge of the deep pit. The bottom of the deep pit was charred black. Yun Chujio asked puppet number 1 to go down and search for it. She only found a storage ring and a few fragments of jade tokens. It seemed that the masked man had been blown to smithereens. "Miss Jiu, someone is coming." And Feng said in a low voice. "It's probably someone from the Mo family. You go first, I'll deal with it myself," Yun Chujio said as she put away the things in the pit and the puppet. This guy thought for a while and rubbed his face and clothes with the black ash. Then, he jumped to the bottom of the pit and lay down with his face facing the sky. After the loud explosion, the 5 houses of the Mo family, the main house of the Mo family, and even the other 3 houses on the other side of the street were all alerted. As a result, they all sent people to investigate. Everyone was shocked when they saw the deep pit on the ground. Was it man-made or was it a natural disaster? If it was man-made, then the spiritual power of the 2 people fighting was too terrifying? At this time, Mo Shouting saw Yun Chujio at the bottom of the pit and his head buzzed. Did Feng Chao die? Mo Shouting quickly flew to the bottom of the pit and checked Yun Chujio's breathing. Only then did he heave a sigh of relief. The money tree was still alive. Yun Chujio took the opportunity to open her eyes and said in fear, "Grandfather, grandfather, you scared me to death." Mo Shouting comforted her for a while before he carried Yun Chujio onto his back. The first thing the Mo family did was not to worry about Yun Chujio's injuries, but to ask what was going on. Yun Chujio said in fear, "I was stopped by a masked man when I came out of the house. He said that the Mo family's business of monopolizing the eastern and western continents was immoral and that he wanted to kill me to teach the Mo family a lesson. That man's spiritual power was very high, so how could I be his match? I was knocked out with just one slap, so I don't know what happened after that. I originally thought that I was going to die, but who would have thought that I was still alive? Sob, sob, grandfather, I was scared to death." When the Mo family heard Yun Chujio's words, they could not help but discuss among themselves. Mo Shaoquan waved his hand and said, "Feng Chao girl was really scared. Let's go back to the 5th house first. Xiao Fu, the 4 of you will come to the house tomorrow. Let's discuss this matter." The week, Yun Chujio was carried back to the New Moon Pavilion. Mo Shouting asked a few more questions, but Yun Chujio's story remained the same. This fellow's lying skills were extremely good, so Mo Shouting naturally did not find anything wrong with it. Yun Chujio told Mo Shouting the contents of her conversation with the first elder. Mo Shouting was naturally pleasantly surprised, but then he remembered that the eastern and western continents were being coveted, so he was both happy and sad. He didn't know whether he should be worried or happy. After Mo Shouting left, Yun Chujio quickly sat up on the bed and took out the jade plate and storage ring that the masked man had left behind. Most of the jade plate had been destroyed, leaving behind only a few pieces of debris. When they were put together, it was impossible to tell what was inside. All she could tell was that it was carved out of the best 10,000-year-old cold jade. She then sent her divine sense into the storage ring and found that there were about 10 million high-grade spirit stones, some spirit tools, and talismans. What made her most happy was that there was also a shadow escape talisman inside. Yun Chujio wanted to find something about the identity of the masked man, so she rummaged through it and finally found 2 sets of clothes. There was an ancient character embroidered on the lower right corner of the clothes. Yun Chujio recognized this ancient character. It was Yi. Yun Chujio's eyes darkened. Yi family? Could it be that the masked man was sent by the Yi family? Yun Chujio touched her chin. Things were getting more and more interesting. Logically speaking, she was only the daughter of a concubine who had been expelled from the Yi family. She would not be an eyesore to the Yi family at all. However, someone could not sit still and wanted to kill her as soon as she arrived at the eastern continent. It seemed that there was indeed an inside story behind her mother's expulsion. Yun Chujio rummaged through her storage ring again. She didn't find anything else about the identity of the masked man, so she put the storage ring away. Yun Chujio thought for a while. Since someone from the Yi family had the intention to kill her, they would definitely not let it go. It seemed that she had to quickly gain the trust of the great elder before heading to the academy or a large sect. When she arrived at a famous academy or a large sect, at least the Yi family wouldn't dare to act recklessly again. Moreover, they could learn some self-defense skills. Yun Chujio thought of the purple piglet that saved her life again. With a wave of her palm, several piglets of spiritual power were released. Just as the piglet of spiritual power was about to disappear, the purple piglet appeared again. The purple piglet waved its big ears at Yun Chujio, looking very cute. Yun Chujio couldn't help but show her little white teeth, although she knew that she couldn't communicate with the purple piglet. However, she still smiled and said, "Although I feel that my high-level spiritual beast is a little cowardly, but you saved my life today, so I think you are still not bad." The purple pig rolled its eyes and disappeared with a puff. Yun Chujio could not help but stare. "Oh, shouldn't spiritual beasts disappear when their spiritual power is exhausted? Why did her spiritual beast disappear just like that? Could it be that it could control the time when it disappeared? What the hell?" Yun Chujio waved her palm again. She did not expect that when the spiritual piglets disappeared this time, the purple piglet did not appear. Yun Chujio tried a few more times, but the purple piglet still did not appear. Yun Chujio was furious. "Fuck. Purple piglet, I'm warning you. If you don't appear again, don't ever appear again. You're a spiritual beast, and you're still going to be arrogant with me? Even Xiaohei, that black phoenix, doesn't dare to show off in front of me, but you dare to show off in front of me. I think you're looking for trouble. Let me tell you, don't think that I can't teach you a lesson. I'm a genius with a heavenly thunder spirit root, and I don't believe that I can't summon other spiritual beasts. Do you think that I care about a pig like you?" Chapter 2136 Purple Piglet's good name. After Yun Chujio grumbled, she raised her hand and released a group of piglets with spiritual power. When the piglets were about to dissipate, the purple piglet appeared. However, it used its butt to face Yun Chujio, obviously still in a bad mood. Yun Chujio pouted. "I'll count to 3. If you don't turn around, I've decided to change to a spiritual beast. Anyway, which wolf, tiger, or leopard isn't stronger than a pig like you?" 1, 2. Before Yun Chujio could say 3, the purple piglet turned its head around. It was obviously cowardly. "Humph. At least you know what's good for you. Don't you see what kind of person your master is? He actually dared to quarrel with me. I think you deserve to be taught a lesson. However, I'm a magnanimous person and can reluctantly forgive you. On account of you saving my life, I'll give you a nice name," Yun Chujio said while stroking her chin. The purple piglet flapped its big ears and wagged its small tail. It was obviously looking forward to Yun Chujio giving it a name. The 4 animals in the spiritual beast bag looked at each other. That silly pig was going to suffer. The black-hearted owner was useless at giving names. He definitely wouldn't be able to give it a good name. Yun Chujio touched her chin and scratched her head. Finally, her eyes lit up. "You'll be called De Hua from now on." The purple piglet was so angry that it could barely maintain its body. "De Hua? Are you sure that this is a name that a spiritual beast should have? Besides, where did she spend it? She was clearly purple, all right? But are you not satisfied? Then you shall be called Little Fatso? Little Fatso? Little piglet." The purple piglet disappeared with a puff. Did this black-hearted master choose a name? One was worse than the other. Yun Chujio coughed guiltily and said, "Since there is no objection, I will take it as your acquiescence. From now on, you will be called De Hua. I think this name is quite good." The little black bird in the spirit beast bag asked weakly, "Master, that spirit piglet is clearly purple. Why did you name it Dehua? Xiao Hanyo asked, why? Can't be called Z, right? Dehua is easier to say, so I'll just call it Dehua. Yun Chujio pouted and said. The little black bird now felt that its name was quite high-end compared to Dehua. Poor Dehua, I'll light a candle for you. Xiao Hanyo thought. Please read on /nboxn0vil. Calm. While Yun Chujio was mumbling, she heard someone crazily pounding on the door outside the courtyard. Open the door! Open the door! Mo Fangjiao. Get out here. Yun Chujio curled her lips. It turned out that this silly girl, Mo Fangjiao, had come looking for her. Chun Xiao, open the door and let Sister Fangjiao in. Yun Chujio walked to the door and said to Chun Xiao, who was in a side room. Chun Xiao and Chun Yu were supposed to take turns to be on night duty outside Yun Chujio's bedroom, but Yun Chujio found an excuse to not let them be on night duty, so the two of them had to follow Yun Chujio's arrangements. Chun Xiao opened the door, and Mo Fangjiao walked in angrily. Mo Fangjiao. You're good, you actually dare to lie to me? Yun Chujio said with a smile. Sister Fangjiao, why do you say that? When have I ever lied to you? You still dare to quibble? Didn't you say that you were going to cause trouble for Sister Fangbing? Why did you become a lackey when you got there? Also, you actually dared to call me a pig and a little bastard in my previous life. You deserve to die. Mo Fangjiao was about to explode from anger when she recalled what happened in the morning. Yun Chujio waved her hand at Chun Xiao. Chun Xiao, you can leave first. I'll have a private talk with Sister Fangjiao. Chapter 2137. Tian Dao's favorite. After Chun Xiao went out, Yun Chujio closed the door and said mysteriously, Sister Fangjiao, you really misunderstood me. I was just acting. Acting? What kind of acting? Mo Fangjiao asked in confusion. Sister Fangjiao, you also know that Sister Fangbing not only has high spiritual power, but her maternal family is also a second-class family. If we openly oppose her, will we have a good ending? So, I'm just acting to make her think that we don't have a good relationship. Then I'll think of a way to get close to her. Only then will I have a chance to make things difficult for her. Yun Chujio said slyly. Mo Fangjiao snorted coldly. Humph! Who are you lying to? I don't believe it. Sister Fangjiao, how would I dare to lie to you? I came back after having lunch and dinner in the main room today. Do you know why? Isn't it because I fawned over Sister Fangbing? I'll often go to the main room to wash my face. When the time comes, I'll definitely find a suitable opportunity to embarrass Sister Fangbing. Just wait for my good news. Mo Fangjiao frowned. Although she felt that what Yun Chujio said made sense, she still felt that something was not right. However, she could not figure out what was wrong. Mo Fangjiao felt that her brain was not enough, so she decided to change the topic. Ichimich, let's put this matter aside first. If I find out that you lied to me, I will not forgive you. I heard that you were attacked when you came back? What happened? Sister Fangjiao, you don't know. You scared me to death. When I came back, I met a masked man. Yun Chujio told her the truth. Since you fainted, how did you not die? Did someone save you? Mo Fangjiao asked in confusion. I don't know either. And there was such a deep pit on the ground. If it was someone who saved me, then the person's spiritual power must be very high. From what you mean, could it be that it was not someone who saved you? Mo Fangjiao asked in surprise. Sister Fangjiao, you also know that I have a heavenly thunder spirit root. Although this heavenly thunder spirit root is not tolerated by the Tian Dao, I have always been living well. Perhaps, not only will I not be killed by the Tian Dao, perhaps the Tian Dao is actually looking out for me. It might be that the earth dragon suddenly turned over, or some other strange phenomenon, so the person who killed me was scared away. Sister Fangjiao, I didn't tell anyone about this. You mustn't tell anyone else. Yun Chujio said mysteriously. Mo Fangjiao's eyes flashed. Yes, I won't tell anyone. It's getting late. You should rest early. After saying that, Mo Fangjiao walked out of the courtyard quickly, looking a little impatient. Please read on /mboxn0vil. Calm. The corners of Yun Chujio's mouth curled up. This divine assistant was really useful. She would probably go and report the situation to Emo Xiaoan right now. The attack today was originally a bad thing, but now it had to be turned into a good thing. It was just the right time to reverse the situation with the Heavenly Thunder Spirit Root, who said that the Heavenly Spirit Root would be wiped out by the Tian Dao. The Heavenly Spirit Root was the favored child of the Tian Dao. At least in my Yun Chujia's place, I am the favored child. Even if I don't get favored, I will get favored. Just pamper me, just pamper me. Yun Chujia's guess was right. Mo Fangjiao came out of the Broken Moon Pavilion and directly went to see Mo Xiaoan. Mo Xiaoan and his two sons were discussing the attack on Yun Chujio today. When they saw Mo Fangjiao coming over, they were a little unhappy. Fangjiao, why did you come here so late at night instead of resting? Chapter 2138 became very popular. Grandfather, I have something important to report to you. I went to see Mo Fangjiao just now. She told me that she might not have been saved by someone. It might have been a sudden phenomenon, such as the earth dragon turning over. That's why the people who came to kill her were scared away. She also told me that although she had a Heavenly Thunder Spirit Root, she didn't feel that Tian Dao wanted to kill her. Maybe she was also Tian Dao's favorite. Mo Fangjiao told Yun Chujia's story. After Mo Xiaoan and his two sons heard Mo Fangjia's words, although they didn't quite believe it, they felt that it wasn't impossible. After all, the deep pit was too big. If it was caused by human power, then the person's spiritual power was too terrifying. The next morning, when Mo Xiaoan saw Mo Xiaoquan and the others, he repeated Mo Fangjia's words. When Mo Xiaoquan and the others heard it, they were also skeptical. However, if it wasn't a phenomenon from the sky, who would go and save Mo Fangjiao? After much discussion, everyone tacitly agreed with Yun Chujia's words and turned to the more important matter. Which family was jealous of the Mo family's business? Although Yun Chujio wasn't present, the content of the discussion between Mo Xiaoquan and the rest wasn't too far off. Therefore, this fellow was leisurely waiting for news in the fifth room. She felt that no matter which angle the Great Elder was from, it would probably take at least 2 to 3 days before he would want her to go to the main room. Therefore she just had to wait. The next night, when Yun Chujio was sitting cross-legged on the bed and cultivating, she felt an intense pain in her right palm, as if her right hand was being roasted in the fire. She raised her right hand and saw that the flame in her right palm had actually started to grow bigger, as if it was about to rush out from her palm. Yun Chujio did not care much and took out a large kitchen knife to cut her right palm. However, there was no flame coming out from her palm. The burning sensation on her palm was even more unbearable than cutting with a knife. Her entire right arm was starting to feel the burning pain. Yun Chujio did not know whether it was an illusion or not, but she felt that her right hand was about to smoke. This fellow could not take it anymore. He took out a bucket of cold water from his storage ring and placed his entire right arm in it. Gulp, gulp, the bucket of water boiled very quickly. Please read on /IBOX and 0. Yun Chujio wanted to cry, but she had no tears. Damn it, my right hand had become so hot. When the bucket of water boiled, she could only change another bucket of water and repeat the cycle. Fortunately, there was a lot of water in this storage ring. If it was really not possible, she could still get water from the great void mystic realm. One bucket after another, she did not know how many buckets she had changed. Yun Chujio finally felt the burning sensation on her right hand begin to weaken, and it slowly returned to normal, as if what had happened before had never happened. The wound on Yun Chujio's right hand had long healed. The flame became even more bright red, and it was very eye-catching against Yun Chujio's snow-white skin. Yun Chujio's heart was also big. If an ordinary person encountered such a strange thing, they would definitely not be able to sleep and eat in peace. However, seeing that his hand did not hurt anymore, he was also tired from the torment. He laid on the bed and fell asleep immediately. What Yun Chujio did not notice was that the large kitchen knife that she had casually thrown on the table emitted a faint glow, especially the blade. It was cold and sharp, and it did not look like the large kitchen knife that had a gap. However, in just an instant, the large kitchen knife returned to its original appearance, as if what had just happened was just an illusion. Chapter 2139. He was not afraid of words. 2 days later, Steward Xie came to visit again. Miss Feng Chao, Miss Feng Bing invites you to her residence as a guest. Yun Chujio blinked her eyes. Only me? Sister Feng Jiao, are you coming? Steward Xie looked a little unnatural. Miss Feng Bing only invites you. Yun Chujio nodded. All right, then tell Xiao and his grandfather to send me some guards. What if someone attacks me again? I'm really scared. Although Manager Xie was extremely unwilling, he didn't dare to say anything. After consulting Mo Xiaoan, he sent 5 guards to escort Yun Chujio to the Mo family's main house. After greeting Mo shouting, Yun Chujio led the 5 guards to the Mo family's main house. The 5 guards were attended to by the servants in the main house. Meanwhile, Yun Chujio was brought to Mo Fangbing's courtyard by Kaiyun. Yun Chujio knew that Mo Fangbing was going to hit her again. Mo Fangbing did not care at all. As long as it was something that came out of her mouth, she was never afraid. Sure enough, after Mo Fangbing saw Yun Chujio, she coldly said a few words. It was nothing more than a warning to Yun Chujio to recognize her identity and not to have any improper thoughts. Otherwise, she would be taught a lesson. Sister Fangbing, what you said is all right, and also very reasonable. However, you have to understand one thing. It's not that I have to come. It's the Great Elder who asked me to come. It's better for you to say these words to the Great Elder. Yun Chujio said with a smile. Mo Fangbing was rendered speechless. You good. Mo Fangbing, I've really underestimated you. We'll see. Yun Chujio shrugged her shoulders indifferently. As long as she hugged the Great Elder, shouting one, Mo Fangbing was nothing to be afraid of. Although Mo Fangbing wanted to strangle Yun Chujio to death, she still asked Kaiyun to bring Yun Chujio outside the Great Elder's courtyard. After Yun Chujio entered, she saw the Great Elder sitting behind the desk drinking tea. His complexion was also a little better than a few days ago. Greetings, Great Elder. You seem to be in good spirits today. Are you happy to see me here? Yun Chujio said shamelessly. Please read on /NGOX0vu. The Great Elder almost choked. There was no one else who was so thick-skinned. Have a seat. I think you know my intention for asking you to come this time. I think you can consider your suggestion. However, this matter is of great importance. I can't make a hasty decision. Therefore, I need to observe you for a period of time before making a final decision, the Great Elder said with a serious expression. Great Elder, don't worry. I will definitely perform well, Yun Chujio said confidently as long as she gave him a chance. Hence, from this day onwards, Yun Chujio would often be invited to the big house as a guest. Although the people in the Great Elder's bespectacled manner were spouting nonsense, paper could not cover fire. The people from the other 4 houses still knew that Yun Chujio and the Great Elder were learning alchemy. However, compared to the big house, the people from the other 4 houses were much calmer. If they felt that they should learn, so be it. What else could a little girl who had 5 uniforms do? Although Mo Xiaoan suspected that Guang Xuanji was trying to curry favor with Defang, he felt that it was unlikely. Although Guang Xuanji could earn money, Defang would not risk falling out with the 5th branch and collude with Guang Xuanji, therefore he did not care too much. That night, Yun Chujio skipped back to the 5th branch after she finished her meal with the 1st elder. After practicing on the bed for a while, she felt a burning pain in her right hand again. Chapter 2140. The Emperor who turned into a goose. During this period of time, Yun Chujio's right hand would feel a burning sensation every now and then. At first, Yun Chujio found it hard to bear it and needed a lot of buckets of water to relieve it. Later on, she might have become numb and would be relieved after soaking in the water for a while. Yun Chujio took out a bucket of water from her storage ring and put her right hand in it. Soon, a bucket of originally cold well water began to heat up. This fellow also knew how to make fun of himself. He said self-deprecatingly, "This is not bad. At least I don't need to boil the bath water. I can wait for this bucket of water to cool down a little before I take a bath." After a while, the temperature of the water dropped. This fellow took off his inner clothes and took a bath in the bathtub. At this moment, the door of the outer room opened. Di Biming's voice came, Little Gio, I'm here to see you. Originally, the door was inserted from the inside, but this was too easy for D. Biming. He broke the door bolt with one slap. Yun Chujio heard the door and wanted to put on her clothes. At the very least, she had to cover herself with a blanket. However, when she heard D. Biming's voice, she blinked her eyes and did not move. She continued to bathe happily. When D. Biming entered the bedroom, he saw a big bathtub in the middle of the room. Yun Chujio's long hair that was as black as ink and her shoulders were faintly discernible. Her small face was slightly flushed due to the heat. She looked at him with a smile. D. Biming felt that the blood in his body was boiling and he did not know what to say. He just stared at Yun Chujio in a daze and did not say anything. Yun Chujio lifted a handful of water and splashed it on D. Biming's face. Hey, silly goose, are you stupid? D. Biming finally regained his senses. His face turned red and he said in embarrassment, "You should be more careful in the shower. Fortunately, I'm the one who came in. What if someone else came in?" Yun Chujio pouted and said, "I locked the door properly. Besides, I heard your voice, so I didn't get up. If it was someone else, I would have used the sudden rupture talisman to blast them." D. Biming did not hear what Yun Chujio said because his full attention was on Yun Chujio's red lips and her half-exposed shoulder. If it were not for his willpower, he would have eaten Yun Chujio apart and eaten her whole. Please read on /AyoX and 0vu. Calm. D. Biming forced himself to turn around and said through gritted teeth, "You, put on your clothes first. We can talk later." Yun Chujio knew that if the gun went off, she would be the one to suffer. After all, her menarche had never come. If they really had sex, it would definitely hurt her body. Yun Chujio put on her clothes and said with a smile, "My idol, I'm dressed. Turn around." D. Biming did not turn around. Instead, he said, "Put away the bathtub and then clean up the floor." Yun Chujio did not suspect him. She put away the bathtub obediently. Even the water on the floor was wiped clean with a cloth. Then she sat on the bed and said, "My Prince Charming, it's all right now. Come over." D. Biming did not turn around. Instead, he said dryly, "Well, it's a little hot in that room. It's cooler here. It'll go over in a while." Yun Chujio was very smart. She immediately felt that there was something wrong with this place. With a whoosh, she jumped in front of D. Biming and discovered the reason for D. Biming's abnormality. It turned out that when D. Biming heard the rustling sound of Yun Chujio putting on her clothes, he could not help but outline Yun Chujio's figure. Naturally, he had an indescribable reaction. "When I find that old bastard, I will definitely help Brother Mermaid deal with him." "Oh right, Prince Charming, how did you suddenly become so knowledgeable and talented?" Yun Chujio asked with starry eyes. "Maybe it's because a part of my seal has been broken, so I know more things. However, I still don't know anything about the strange grass in your dantian. But, don't worry, I will definitely think of a way to help you get rid of the Guai Chao." D. Biming said with certainty. The Guai Chao in Yun Chujio's dantian was trembling nonstop. It's over. After this damn gigolo's seal is completely broken, it will be the time for me to lose my life. What should I do? Pa. His seal should last for at least 10,000 years. No, it should never be broken. Please read on /AyoX. Yes, my Prince Charming, I believe in you. Right, look at this thing in my palm. What the hell is this? I don't need anything else to boil water now. I can just use my right hand to boil water. Yun Chujio pouted and extended her right hand in front of D. Biming. Chapter 2142 The Origin of the Flame. D. Biming looked down and saw a cluster of bright red flame on Yun Chujio's fair palm. It was very eye-catching. "This, little Gio, what's going on? Don't mention it. Originally, I wanted to take advantage of it. Who would have thought that there was actually such a damn thing locked inside the stone wall? I clearly killed it in my spiritual sense. I don't know how it got into my palm." Yun Chujio said angrily. "Tell me the whole story, the whole story." D. Biming frowned. Since it could heat up, it meant that this flame pattern was not as simple as the pattern. Yun Chujio told him the whole story. My Prince Charming, what is this damn flame? I have already let the spiritual pig devour it. How come it hasn't died yet? Di Baiming sighed. Little Jiao, I don't know if this is a blessing in disguise or a blessing in disguise. This flame has a great origin. It should be the 10,000-year-old fire marrow that everyone couldn't find. Di Baiming was interrupted by Yun Chujio. This guy asked excitedly, what? 10,000-year-old fire marrow? Ha! Isn't it the 10,000-year-old fire marrow that can melt the 10,000-year-old black iron? So I can make 10,000 years of black iron puppets? Haha, when the time comes, who else? Who else? Small 9, I haven't finished talking, you don't happy too early. Di Baiming simply cannot bear to look straight, to a bit of sunshine on the brilliant said is this guy? What meaning? Yun Chujio is a bit muddle-headed. Although the fire marrow in your palm is 10,000 years old, the implement spirit of the fire marrow has been killed by you, so now the fire marrow in your palm has no intelligence. Qi Ling said. In other words, you're not its master at all. You're just its temporary shelter. Unless it has intelligence again, you can only use the 10,000-year-old fire marrow as you like after you subdue it. What the hell? After all this time, this is just a useless thing? My life is so bitter. 1 or 2 of them came uninvited, but none of them were useful. That damned Xiaohei said that he was a black phoenix, but I think he's just a big crow. That Xiaohei rat is a stone-eating rat. In reality, other than digging holes, he doesn't know shit. That Xiaohong is always hugging the bones of the 9-tailed fox and gnawing on them. But now, it has only grown 4 tails. That Xiao Mogu is even more detestable. When I first saw it, it was awe-inspiring. But now? It was simply a weakling. Damn it, it even asked me to put a pile of soil in the spirit beast pouch and place large cloves of garlic on it all day long. Woo-woo and the 3 in my dantian. Each of them was more shameless than the last. They occupied my dantian and did not come out. The most important thing was that they were completely useless. That damn dogtail caused me to be unable to eat meat even if I wanted to. I could only touch you to satisfy my craving. I'm really too miserable. Yun Chujio hugged Di Baiming's snot in tears. Her hands were not idle as she continued to touch him. Please read on /NBOXN0vil. Di Baiming felt that a certain part of his body was about to explode. He could not bear it anymore. He carried Yun Chujio horizontally and pressed her on the bed. Yun Chujio saw the deep look in Di Baiming's eyes. This guy was afraid. It was over. He had gone too far. The gigolo was going to force himself on her. What should she do? Although she wanted to have sex, her body was not strong enough. What if it would affect her ability to give birth to monkeys in the future? Well, my Prince Charming, emptiness is lust, lust is emptiness. Calm down, calm down. Don't judge me by my good looks. In fact, I'm just a little fairy who absorbs people's blood essence. What are you doing? Don't take my clothes off. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.